Hi, and welcome back to the Tiger Paw vlog. My name's Penny Beard, and today's topic is the APA versus accredited trauma treatment. Now, the APA is the American Psychiatric Association, and I've already mentioned that I have a long-running beef with the APA because the APA has been getting in the way of my healing since 1998.
I got a simple question that I'd like to ask of this network that pays you for performing your task. How come they got the airwaves? They're the people's, aren't they? Wouldn't they be worth $70 billion to the public today if some money-grubbing Congress didn't give them away?
Yes, 1998. Now, prior to 1998, Dr. Bessel Van Der Kolk had gone to the DSM-4 field study group board. I'm not sure. Pretty sure it was a board. Anyway, they were trying to sort out the addendum to the DSM-4. And Dr. Van Der Kolk was trying to get them to include trauma or complex trauma in their Bible. But they didn't do it. They accepted PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder, and that's indicative of a singular event trauma. This is not to diminish singular event trauma like a car accident. It's traumatic. All of trauma is traumatic, and it does not matter how much of it or for how long it goes on. It's trauma. It's all trauma. And trauma, actually traumatic events happen to us. The trauma is when our brains are unable to process what's happened to us. So, I'm not a doctor. I don't have any letters behind my name. But I'm on the experiential end of this. And so, the help that helped me the most was accredited trauma treatment, because as Dr. Peter Levine points out, therapy needs to begin in a somatic sense first. This is what Dr. Bessel Van Der Kolk's research has also pointed out. The body, when it gets traumatized, cannot process what's happened to it. And so with repetitive trauma, the body is not safe to experience as a person, as a being, because this bad crap keeps happening to the body. And so what happens is a desensitization, either by dissociation, numbing. This is where the addictions come in: alcohol, other substances, sex, shopping, being a workaholic. All of these things and repetitive behaviors, compulsive behaviors, help to try to keep this trauma at bay. And so to get to the beginning, to get back to the root of the problem. The addiction is a symptom, it's not the problem. The problem is trauma, unaddressed, untreated trauma. So you're not going to get there by talking about it. This is why APA-based models of therapy are ineffective. And then they try to throw pharmacological treatments at it because they insist that it's a chemically based problem. But accredited trauma treatment, and you're looking at the effects of accredited trauma treatment, it begins with the body. You've got to make the body safe in order for the mind to be able to inhabit everything again. And you're not gonna You're not going to get anybody back into their bodies by using pills, because pills aren't what caused the dysfunctional problem in the first place. What caused the dysfunctional problem in the first place is an unhealthy, non-existent, or traumatic attachment to a parent or parents. So if you didn't healthily, emotionally connect and attach to your parents, you're going to have problems, because you don't know what healthy emotional attachment is. So you're always going to be looking for it. That's the definition of addiction. So my problem with the APA, and I say this in the foreword of my book, Feel This, Living with CPTSD, and you can find it at the website, at the Tiger Paw. My problem with the APA, I say, is that they're holding all the keys to all the psych wards, to all the therapist's office, to all the protocols, to all the principles of therapy, and they're holding them tight and they're swinging them around like a nighttime restaurant manager. They got the power, but that's a problem, because them having all the keys and them having all the power means that that revolving door on the front of their building in Washington, D.C. is an exact example of how they keep repeat customers coming back. The whole idea of therapy is to get well, is it not? So you don't need to have somebody telling you how to live your life. You have all the answers inside of you already. And that's another problem with the whole APA-based model, is that it takes a person who is hurting emotionally, and more than likely because of unresolved trauma, and it makes them sick. And somehow the therapist is above them. The problem with the APA model is that it assumes that the client is damaged, dysfunctional, and needs to be corrected. That's not the right assumption to go into any relationship with, that somehow the therapist, the doctor, the psychiatrist is above the client, and so therefore it's already an imbalanced relationship. So I don't want to go talk to somebody who thinks they're superior to me. I don't know about you. I would like to talk to somebody, though, who recognizes that just talking to me is not enough. I also need to be doing grounding exercises and emotional understanding exercises, and I need to be expressing myself through art therapy, and I need tactile therapy such as horseback riding or yoga or dance classes or anything to get your body moving so you can experience your body again safely. So I decided to do this video because I knew at some point there was going to be someone or a whole group of someones that were going to come after me or attempt to delegitimize me because I'm not an expert. And that's okay. I'm not a doctor. And like I said, I don't have any letters behind my name. However, I do have an expert level of experience of having had to live with complex post-traumatic stress disorder and other issues. So, the APA and the APA's model of therapies are ineffective because talk therapy and pharmacological therapies cannot reach the deepest recesses of our mind, which is technically in the reptilian brain. evolutionarily speaking, of our three brains, the oldest one is the reptilian one, and then it's the mammalian brain, or otherwise known as the limbic system now, and the prefrontal cortex. APA model-based therapy only deals with this right here. And if this is not online because of trauma responses, the APA model is not going to do a damn thing except cost you $75 a week and probably about 75 pounds in weight gain from antidepressants. The answer is to start with the body. And there's a multi-pronged approach to doing that, and EMDR therapy is a great place to start. That's my opinion. That's what's been most helpful to me. And EMDR therapy is eye movement desensitization reprocessing. And I often like to make the R rewiring, because to me that's what it feels like it does. My brain is getting rewired, and so instead of the maladaptive responses that I had to the trauma I experienced, and because of the work I've done to make and create a safe space for my body to exist in, then I am slowly gaining in developmental function. But that's because I started with the body. And the APA is never going to admit that it's wrong by its not including Dr. Van Der Kolk's and other research giants' work that says cognitive therapy and pharmacological solutions alone are not enough and never will be. And I'm here to make my experience and what I've learned and the tools that I have free to anybody who is able to pick them up and use them for themselves. And I would advise you to go find an EMDR practitioner, an authentic EMDR practitioner, and don't do it online because that's not safe. But go find an EMDR practitioner in your area and begin the work. And I'll still be sitting here making videos trying to put these tools out here for free, because I don't think mental health should cost you a car payment a month, and I don't think your mental health should be stagnated because of cronies holding on to old antiquated beliefs. That's my 2 cents anyhow. So I'd like to hear your experiences. I'd like to hear your thoughts. I would like to hear what you have to say about what's worked for you outside of APA-based models of therapy. Until next time, this is Penny at the Tiger Paw vlog, and I thank you for watching. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.